Chosen one, listen to me very carefully and do not look away. The intense financial pressure, the unnatural blockages, the feeling that you are fighting an invisible wall that is not a sign of your failure. That is the absolute proof of what is trying to reach you. Heaven does not secure an empty room, and the enemy does not attack a dry well. God has authorized a massive transfer of provision into your life, and you were guided to this exact message because it is time to confirm your name to receive it. You are not here by coincidence. A higher intelligence orchestrated this interception. While you have been exhausted trying to figure out how to survive, the spiritual realm has been reorganizing resources on your behalf. But there is a specific reason it hasn't landed in your physical hands yet. By the end of this message, I will reveal the hidden architecture of this transfer, the exact mindset block keeping it suspended, and the precise framework you must use today to claim what is yours. Your season of survival is over. Now let me show you what is actually happening. Stay with me until the very end of this message. I know your time is valuable, and I know you are tired of empty promises, but what I am about to share is the literal blueprint for your next season. By the time we finish this journey together, you will understand exactly why this provision was delayed, and you will see the divine logic behind every closed door. More importantly, you will not leave here empty-handed. I will give you a specific framework, a resonance check, that you can use immediately in your daily life to confirm your alignment and ensure you do not miss what heaven is pouring out. This is not about just hoping for a miracle. It is about positioning yourself to receive one. Do not let distractions pull you away now. The answer you have been asking for in the dark is about to be brought into the light. Imagine you are sitting there in the quiet of the night. It is 2 in the morning. The house is completely still and the room is dark, except for the harsh blue light of your phone or computer screen illuminating your tired face. You are staring at your bank account, looking at the numbers, running the calculations again and again, trying to make the math work when the math simply refuses to work. Your shoulders are tight, pulled up near your ears, as if you are carrying physical stones on your back. Your breathing is shallow. You are wondering why, no matter how hard you work, no matter how deeply you pray, or how much pure effort you pour out into the world, everything seems to slip through your fingers at the very last moment. You feel like you are doing absolutely everything right, yet you keep hitting a wall of solid glass. I see you, heaven sees you, and there are specific things happening in your life right now that prove your current situation is not a permanent destination, but a temporary threshold. Let me show you what is actually going on. The first sign that this transfer is hovering over your life is a sudden, overwhelming hypersensitivity. Lately, loud noises, crowded places, and even casual, meaningless conversations suddenly drain you completely. You find yourself needing to pull away from people you used to tolerate easily. It is as if your nervous system is operating without a filter, and the noise of the world feels physically heavy on your chest. You just want silence. The second sign involves strange, unexplainable timing coincidences. You keep seeing the same repeating sequences of numbers on the clock over and over again. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere and then vanish just as quickly in a way that completely defies logical explanation. It feels like the universe is trying to get your attention, trying to hand you a message, but speaking in a language you have not fully translated yet. The third sign is the experience of sudden, powerful emotional waves. You will be sitting in perfect peace doing something completely mundane like washing dishes or driving your car, and out of nowhere you are hit with a wave of grief or an overwhelming urge to cry. There is no logical trigger in your environment. Tears fall, and you do not even know what exactly you are mourning. It is the release of a spiritual pressure valve. The fourth sign is flashes of deep, undeniable intuition. Despite the cold reality of your bank account, despite the rejection letters, the setbacks, or the prolonged silence, there is a quiet, unshakable knowing deep in your gut, a feeling that something massive is coming. Your physical reality proves the exact opposite, but your spirit refuses to let go of this deep, anchoring anticipation. It is the whisper of a higher power telling you to hold on just a little bit longer. You have been calling this state of being anxiety. You have been calling it stress, burnout, or even depression. But let me tell you the truth about what this mindset block really is and why you feel so overwhelmed. This is not random. This is not anxiety. This is not a coincidence. This is not a mental breakdown. This is your spiritual radar. You are feeling the sheer weight of the provision in the unseen realm before it materializes in the physical realm. Your physical body is reacting to the massive energetic shift of a divine transfer that is currently hovering right above your life. Your spirit is catching the frequency of the blessing before your human eyes can see it. If you recognize these signs, if something in your chest just resonated with that truth and you feel that heavy weight making sense for the first time, type "I see it" in the comments below to acknowledge what your spirit already knows. But this raises a critical question. What happens when this spiritual radar becomes overloaded? What happens when you carry this immense sensitivity without knowing how to ground it or process it? I am not going to build mystery just to sell a concept at the very end of this video. I respect your journey too much for that. Let me be completely transparent right now about a tool that exists for this exact hypersensitivity, so you can decide if you want to stay for the full picture. What we just discussed, this radar catching the high frequency of heaven, requires stabilization. Dr. Robert Lake, a brilliant neuroscientist, discovered a way to do exactly this. This restoration tool has a name. It is called the Genius Song. It uses specific scientifically measured brain entrainment frequencies to reactivate your gamma waves, which is the exact state where intuition and divine synchronicities flow naturally without the crippling anxiety. If your spirit already tells you this is the tool you have been waiting for, the link is in the description and the pinned comment. Do not rush, please. Stay for the full message to truly understand the wilderness season you are exiting right now. But if you know already, if you feel that quiet pull, the door is there for you. For those staying with me, let me show you exactly what was being built in the delay. Because the wilderness was never meant to break you. When your spiritual radar becomes overloaded, when you carry the immense weight of this sensitivity without understanding its divine purpose, the consequence is severe. You experience complete nervous system burnout. You isolate yourself from everyone because explaining your internal state feels impossible. You start to believe that you are fundamentally broken, that you are doing life wrong. But you are not broken. You are being formed. Let us look at the blueprint of how heaven prepares a vessel to carry massive wealth and influence. Consider the historical and spiritual archetype of Joseph. He was given a vivid, undeniable vision of his own greatness. But his immediate reality after receiving that vision was the exact opposite. He was thrown into a deep pit by his own brothers, sold, and eventually locked in a dungeon. To the human eye, it looked like the ultimate rejection. It looked as though the universe had mocked his dreams. But the pit and the prison were never meant to be punishments. They were the intense, precise environments where his ego was systematically stripped away. If Joseph had been handed the wealth, the power, and the agricultural keys of an entire nation, while he was still an arrogant, untested youth, that power would have destroyed him. He would have used the provision to serve his ego instead of serving humanity. The grueling delay was the exact mechanism that built the unshakable character required to manage the wealth of a kingdom without being corrupted by it. Think of a seed in the dark, cold earth. When that seed is surrounded by crushing dirt, absolute darkness, and heavy rain, it feels like it has been buried forever. It feels like the end of its existence. But it is not buried. It is planted. The darkness and the pressure are the exact environmental conditions required for the outer shell to break open so the roots can dig deep before the tree ever reaches for the sky. This is what your prolonged financial delay actually is. It is not a rejection from the universe. It is not a sign that you are forgotten. It is insulation. Heaven placed a strict protective barrier around you. It kept the massive provision away from you just long enough so that you would not squander the ultimate blessing before you develop the wisdom to multiply it. You needed to learn how to survive on a little, how to manage scarcity with grace, so you could eventually be trusted to steward a massive overflow. Let me pause here for a moment. I want you to really hear this. You have been so incredibly hard on yourself for a very long time. You have carried the blame for every closed door, every failed venture, and every delayed promise. Just breathe. Take one slow, deep breath right where you are. There is no striving required in this exact moment. You do not have to figure out the entire roadmap right now. Just let the heavy, suffocating weight of that self-blame fall away from your shoulders. It was never your fault. You were just in the greenhouse. But now that the insulation period is coming to an end, what exactly is about to happen? What specific blessing is taking shape in the unseen realm right now, waiting to break into your physical reality? Stay connected to this space. Subscribe to align with thousands of awakened chosen ones who are walking this exact same path, so the next word God prepares for your new season can find you. Let me outline the 3 specific areas of your life that are reorganizing at this very moment to accommodate the transfer. First, your relationships. The people who were assigned to your past season of survival cannot travel with you into this season of abundance. The connections that constantly drain your energy, the ones that require you to shrink your light just to make them feel comfortable, they are going to exit your life. Let them go. Do not try to hold on to the people that heaven is actively removing to protect your future. Second, your purpose. Every single random skill you learned while you felt stuck, every late night researching topics you thought were useless, every frustrating side job you took just to keep the lights on, they are all about to converge and become massive assets. Absolutely nothing was wasted in your wilderness. You thought you were just barely surviving, but you were actually gathering the exact tools, the precise vocabulary, and the unique empathy you need to build the empire that is coming. Third, your provision. The door that is about to swing wide open for you will not come from the place you have been desperately knocking. You have been knocking on logical doors, expecting human systems and familiar faces to validate you. But God is about to bring a massive opportunity from a completely blind angle, from a source you did not anticipate and could not have engineered, so that no human being can ever take credit for your elevation. If you look deeply into the ancient wisdom texts, specifically the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 25, there is a profound promise of restoration. But the standard English translation loses the sheer magnitude of what is actually being promised to you. The original Hebrew word used there is shalom. Shalom does not just mean to restore or to simply give back what was stolen. It means to be made complete. It means to be paid back with heavy interest. Think of it like a Supreme Court finding a thief guilty and ordering them to pay you back $500 for every $100 they stole. God is not just going to restore the years you lost to depression, bad relationships, isolation, and severe financial struggle. He is going to overpay you for your suffering. The massive transfer is the overpayment. I know of a chosen one who experienced this exact sequence just a few months ago. He was facing a total catastrophic collapse of his career. A major contract he had relied on for survival was suddenly cancelled without warning and without reason. It made no logical sense, but instead of panicking, instead of begging the institution to reconsider, he practiced strategic silence. He stepped back, deleted his social media distractions, and entered a 40-day period of strict frequency alignment and silence. On day 38, a company he had never even contacted from a completely different industry reached out to him. They offered him a contract worth exactly double what he had lost. He proved himself in the silence before he promoted himself in public. If that resonates with your spirit, gently press the like button. Not for me, but so this message can reach another child of God who desperately needs this exact hope tonight. Your action sends this energy further into the collective field. Before I can give you the specific tool to confirm your name, because I will give it to you, there is one more thing I need to reveal. There is a deep, hidden obstacle standing between you and this transfer, and it is not the devil. It is something inside you, something you must release before the provision can physically manifest. That hidden obstacle is your own quiet terror of success. You have a deep, unspoken feeling of unworthiness. You have been asking yourself in the dark, what if I actually receive this massive transfer and I completely ruin it? What if the blessing is too big for me? What if I am not smart enough to manage this level of wealth and influence? Listen to me. That fear you are feeling right now is not a sign of weakness. It is the absolute proof of your wisdom. The people who crash and burn are the ones who have absolutely no fear because they have no awareness of the immense weight of the blessing. They think it is just a game. Your trembling, your hesitation, your deep desire to get it right, that is exactly what proves you are ready to carry it. If you understand this, I want you to type, "I release my fear" in the comments below to let go of the exact thought pattern that no longer serves you. Because here is who you actually are. You are the builder. You are the one assigned to construct structures of wealth and stability that will outlast your own lifetime. You are the cycle breaker. You are the one chosen by heaven to snap the generational chain of poverty and struggle that has bound your family for decades. You are the deliverer, creating freedom and movement in places where there was only stagnation. But before we seal this identity over your life in just a few moments, let me pause and put everything we just discussed into plain, grounded words so you can walk away from this with absolute clarity. Here is what you now know that you did not know when you clicked on this message. The crushing delay in your finances was never a punishment. It was divine insulation designed to build your capacity. Your overwhelming hypersensitivity is not anxiety. It is merely your spiritual radar, catching the high frequency of incoming provision. The resonance check you must perform moving forward is beautifully simple. If a new opportunity brings you a deep, settling peace, it is the transfer. If it brings a frantic, chaotic urgency, it is a trap. And the identity that connects all of this together is clear. You are the cycle breaker of your bloodline. Remember about 20 minutes ago when I first mentioned a tool called the Genius Song? Now it is time to walk through exactly what it does to prepare your mind to hold this transfer. Decades of research at leading institutions like MIT and Princeton have confirmed something fascinating. They call it the decline effect. When you were a child, your brain naturally produced high levels of gamma waves. That is the exact frequency of flow, of sudden intuition, of absorbing information effortlessly. But the modern world, the stress, the rigid systems, they slowly suppress that gamma frequency. This creates the poverty mindset, the brain fog, the feeling that you are constantly fighting against the current. Let me tell you about a 51-year-old man who was stuck in that exact fog. He had been unemployed for almost 2 years. He was not lacking skills, but he had lost his sharpness. He would go into interviews, and his mind was just a blank, heavy cloud. He started using the Genius Song, and just 11 days later, he received an offer that was actually better than his old position. He said the change was not on his resume. The change was that his brain was finally clear. The static was gone. I would never disrespect your financial situation. I know that $39 is a real decision for many people right now, but consider the alternatives we are normally given. A single therapy session is often $150. A weekend wellness retreat is easily $400. Neither of those specifically target your gamma waves. Dr. Lake compressed this technology into a single audio track, originally priced at $49. But for those watching this specific message, it is $39. That is a one-time investment with no subscription, and it includes 4 specific bonuses worth exactly $80. To remove any hesitation, there is a 90-day guarantee. If you decide it is not for you, you simply send an email, you get a full refund, and you keep all $80 in bonuses as an apology for your time. The only real risk here is never finding out what your mind is capable of. The protocol is simple. Put on stereo headphones, sit upright, and listen for 7 quiet minutes in the morning. This is not a magic pill. It is a subtle, powerful neurological shift. Every single day your gamma remains dormant is another day, a divine opportunity might slip right past your radar. The version of you that is fully funded and operating in purpose is looking back at this exact moment. Do not wait. However, you must protect yourself. There are counterfeit audios circulating online that do not contain the actual brain entrainment frequencies. Only use the official link to ensure you get the real technology. Take a slow, deep breath right now. This is not really about $39. It is about whether you truly believe you are ready to operate at your highest frequency. If your spirit resonates with this tool, the official link is in the description and the pinned comment. Investigate it only if you feel led. Now, I want to acknowledge the long, hard journey you have been on to get to this exact moment. You have survived seasons of isolation that would have broken anyone else. In your mind, right where you are, I want you to imagine standing in a grand, quiet hall of mirrors. But instead of reflecting your past mistakes and your financial failures, every single mirror in this hall reflects the version of you that has already won. The version of you that is fully funded, fully aligned, and completely at peace. Look at that version of yourself. I want you to release the heavy, suffocating poverty mindset that has kept you playing small. Let it fall off your shoulders right now. Speak this declaration with me, either out loud or deep in your spirit. I am ready to receive, and so it is. Type "I am ready" in the comments below with the force of a lion to seal this into your reality. You are not the same person who pressed play on this message. If this brought clarity to your chaos, let your like be your amen without words. Gently press the like button now. For those who felt called to the audio tool we discussed, the link remains in the description and pinned comment. And finally, if someone came to mind while you were listening, someone who has been working incredibly hard but seeing absolutely no harvest, someone who is exhausted and tired of waiting for their breakthrough, send this to them. Text it, email it, share it, however you need to. This might be the exact confirmation they have been praying for in secret. You are not just leaving a video today. You are leaving a season of survival.